I'm 34M, married to my wife, 32F, for 6 years, together for 9. We have no kids, which honestly might be a blessing right now. I need to get this off my chest because I'm losing my mind. 3 months ago, everything seemed fine. We had our issues like any couple, but nothing major. She's always been a bit high-strung, quick to snap when stressed, but I loved her anyway. I work in IT. She's in marketing at a decent-sized firm downtown. Our schedules synced up pretty well, or at least they used to. It started small. She got weirdly protective of her phone, like she'd literally take it to the bathroom with her. When I asked about it jokingly, she rolled her eyes and said I was being paranoid and controlling. That stung because I've never been the jealous type. Then came the late nights at the office. 2, 3 times a week, suddenly. When I suggested bringing her dinner one night, she got pissed and said I was suffocating her. Red flags were waving, but I tried to trust her. I mean, this was my wife, the gym membership she'd never used. Suddenly, she's going 4 times a week at 6 a.m. New underwear appeared. She started doing her makeup differently. I felt sick, but told myself I was overthinking. I wasn't. Last Tuesday changed everything. She said she was working late again. Some big presentation. I got off work early because our servers were being maintained. Decided to surprise her with Thai food from her favorite place. Drove to her office around 7 p.m. Her car wasn't there. I sat in the parking lot like an idiot for 20 minutes, calling her. No answer. Texted her. Nothing. Then I remembered she shares her location with me on Find My Friends, something we set up years ago for safety. My hands were shaking when I opened the app. She was at the Riverside Hotel. A hotel. A fucking hotel 15 minutes from our house. I drove there in a fog, honestly don't remember the drive. Found her car in the lot, parked next to a black BMW. I walked into the lobby and just stood there, frozen. What was I even going to do? Then the elevator doors opened. She walked out with him. Some guy in an expensive suit, laughing at something he said. His hand was on her lower back. She saw me and her face went white. Time stopped. He looked confused, looked between us. She stammered, "What are you doing here?" Like I was the one who needed to explain myself. The audacity actually made me laugh. A cold, bitter laugh that didn't sound like me. The guy quickly mumbled something and left. Smart move. She immediately went on the offensive. Started saying it wasn't what it looked like, that he was a client, they were celebrating closing a deal, at a hotel. At 7 p.m., I asked if she thought I was stupid. She switched tactics. Tears started flowing. Said I was embarrassing her, making a scene. I told her to get in her car and go home. We talked there. She had the nerve to say she wasn't ready to leave yet. Had to wrap things up. I lost it then, told her she had 10 minutes or I was changing the locks. At home, she came in defensive. Blamed me for not trusting her, said our marriage was already broken because I'd become so suspicious and cold. Gaslighting 101. I pulled out my laptop and showed her the location history I'd screenshotted. 5 different hotels over 2 months. Her face changed. The tears stopped. Then came the lies. It had only been a few times. It meant nothing. He pursued her. She was confused. I wasn't paying enough attention to her. Each excuse more pathetic than the last. When I asked how long, she said 2 months. I asked again. She finally admitted 6 months. Half a year. I felt like I'd been punched. She'd looked me in the eyes every day for 6 months and lied. That first night I slept in the guest room. Didn't sleep really, just stared at the ceiling, replaying everything. Every kiss, every "I love you," every time we'd made plans for our future. All of it felt like a joke. I called in sick to work the next day, couldn't function. She tried to come talk to me, but I couldn't look at her without feeling nauseous. The anger came in waves. I'd be okay for an hour, then suddenly I'd remember something and want to punch walls. Our anniversary trip last month, where she was tired every night. The weekend she went to visit her sister, but her sister posted from a completely different city. How many times had I been the idiot making dinner while she texted him? Then came the really dark thoughts. Was I not enough? Not attractive enough? Successful enough? Interesting enough? I started obsessing over this guy. Looked him up on LinkedIn. He's a VP at some tech company, drives that BMW, probably makes 3 times what I make. I felt worthless. My therapist later told me this was normal, but in the moment I was drowning. The worst part was the mornings. I'd wake up and for maybe 5 seconds, everything was normal. Then reality would crash down and I'd have to relive it all over again. Some days I couldn't eat, lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks. She wanted to do couples therapy, kept saying we could work through this, that she'd made a terrible mistake but still loved me. The manipulation was exhausting. She'd cry, then get angry when I didn't comfort her. Said I was being cruel by shutting her out. One night she actually screamed that I was punishing her and needed to forgive her so we could move on. Like forgiveness was something she could just demand. I talked to a lawyer after 2 weeks, filed for divorce after 3. She was shocked, said I was giving up too easily, that marriage means fighting for each other. I told her she should have thought about that before sleeping with someone else for 6 months. She tried saying it was just physical, that she never loved him. I didn't care anymore. The divorce is almost final now. She's already moved in with him, actually. Found out through a mutual friend. Guess it was more than physical after all. Another lie. She still texts me sometimes trying to rewrite history or get closure or whatever. I don't respond. I'm staying in our house, bought her out. Some days are harder than others. I've started going to the gym myself, actually. Picked up guitar again. Started therapy, which helps more than I expected. My friends have been incredible. Even the ones who were our friends chose my side after hearing everything. So what have I learned? Trust your gut. Every single red flag I ignored was valid. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I wasted weeks trying to rationalize her behavior, giving her the benefit of the doubt because I loved her and thought she loved me. The person you marry can become a stranger. The woman I caught at that hotel wasn't the woman I married, or maybe she was, and I just never really knew her. That's something I'm still processing. 6 years of marriage, 9 years together, and I'm not sure I ever really knew who she was. For anyone going through something similar, document everything, talk to a lawyer immediately, and don't let them manipulate you into feeling guilty for their choices. My ex tried to make me responsible for her affair, said I drove her to it. That's garbage. Cheating is a choice. If she was unhappy, she could have talked to me, suggested counseling, or left. She chose deception instead. I'm not okay yet, but I'm getting there. Some days I'm even grateful this happened before we had kids. I'm 34. I've got time to rebuild. To anyone reading this while going through it, it gets better. Slowly, painfully, but it does. You deserve better than someone who lies to your face.